the system that makes small gardens produce 3 times more food. Look at the size of your backyard. And now, look at the abusive prices on supermarket shelves in 2026. We were led to believe one of the greatest fallacies of the industrial age, that feeding a family with dignity requires owning vast estates, high-powered tractors, and an eternal chemical dependency on synthetic inputs. They sold the idea that physical space is the limiting factor of your survival. But while the world crowds into grey cities, believing in planned scarcity and imminent hunger, the records of 19th-century French market gardeners and bio-intensive agriculture manuals smile silently in the shadows of forgotten libraries. They knew the secret of nutritional verticality and productive compaction. What you will see today is not an ordinary hobby garden. It is a high-precision biological machine, a system capable of producing a quantity of food that defies visual logic, transforming a mere 10 square meters into a reactor of calories and phytonutrients that can sustain an entire lineage. Why did we forget this? The answer is obvious. Industry cannot profit from a man who harvests 100 kilos of vegetables in the space of a dining table. You cannot be controlled if your subsistence does not depend on a complex external logistics network. Today, we will unearth the engineering of the deep bed. We will learn how to densify life to a level that modern agribusiness considers impossible. If you are tired of seeing empty and useless spaces on your land, if you finally want to stop buying water with pesticides disguised as lettuce, sign up now. Join our technical resistance. The manual of compressed abundance lies open on the table, and the truth about your real productivity is about to sprout. To understand why this small garden produces 3 times more than any conventional system, you must first destroy the obsolete concept of row planting. Row planting is an invention to facilitate the passage of heavy machinery and industrial harvesting, not to favor plant biology. In the physics of the high-performance garden, we work with integral leaf cover saturation. The secret lies in what we technically call double digging. While the ordinary farmer turns only the first 10 or 15 centimeters of soil, the bio-intensive master penetrates 60 centimeters deep without inverting the natural layers of the earth. This creates what we call sponge soil. When the soil is decompacted to that vertical depth, roots do not need to fight against the physical resistance of compacted earth. They grow vertically downward in search of deep minerals and stable moisture, instead of spreading horizontally competing for surface space. This allows us what modern agronomy fears most: high-density hexagonal spacing. By planting in equilateral triangles, and not in squares or rows, we eliminate the empty spaces of bare earth. The leaves of the plants, as they grow, lightly touch each other, creating a shaded and protected microclimate over the soil. This almost instantly halts water evaporation, keeps the temperature stable for trillions of microorganisms, and prevents weeds from receiving sunlight to germinate. It is the engineering of living shade, a total photosynthesis machine where every square millimeter of sunlight is captured and converted into edible biomass. We are not merely planting vegetables, we are configuring a high-efficiency solar energy biological processor. Come closer. Observe with rigor this yellowed page from a rustic engineering guide. For a small garden to produce absurd quantities of food, the materials and physical structure must possess mineral rigor. The bed is not just a mound of earth carelessly sitting in the middle of the yard, it is a strategic reservoir of accumulated fertility. The master uses a frame of wood treated with natural oils or, ideally, dry stone walls or clay bricks. Why? Due to geological thermal inertia. The stone absorbs the intense heat of the day and releases it slowly during cold nights, keeping the roots in constant and accelerated metabolic activity, even when the outside air drops sharply. The substrate is the true alchemy of the system. We do not use common dirt from the hillside. We use a proportional and precise mixture of worm humus, peat or coconut fiber for oxygen retention, and mineral rock particles. The technical goal is to achieve perfect porosity. The soil must be so light that, if you blow on it, it moves easily, but so rich in organic matter that, If you squeeze it, it pulses with microbial life. We add bone meal for root phosphorus, blood meal or castor cake for immediate growth nitrogen, and basalt rock dust for long-term remineralization that will give real flavor and nutritional density to the food. Clearly distinguish the maintenance bed from the productive explosion bed. The explosion bed is where we densify short-cycle plants, such as radishes and arugula, among long-cycle plants, such as tomatoes and kale. Technical authority and geometric precision. This is the foundation that allows harvesting from a single square meter, what others harvest from 10 or 20 meters of conventional farming. Executing this system demands the iron discipline of a master builder. Follow the movements, respect the depth, observe the structure. Step 1. Absolute precision marking. Determine beds no more than 1 meter and 20 centimeters wide. Why? Because you must never, under any circumstance, step on the soil of the bed after it has been prepared. Human weight compacts the micropores, expelling oxygen and killing aerobic biology. All maintenance must be done from the sides of the bed, reaching to the center with your arm. The soil here is sacred soil, untouched by mechanical compression. Step 2. The ancestral double dig. Remove the first layer of 30 centimeters of soil and place it in a separate container or at the end of the bed. Now, with a pointed tool or a digging fork, loosen 30 more centimeters of soil at the bottom of the exposed trench, mixing it with rich compost and mineral rock dust. Move the soil from the next 30 centimeter section on top of this loose base you just prepared. Repeat the process to the end of the bed. You will have a structure that naturally rises about 20 to 30 centimeters above the original ground level. A raised bed of oxygenated and extremely loose soil where roots can plunge as if swimming in pure water. Step 3. Active microbiological inoculation. Before the initial planting, water the bed with an aerated compost tea or an extract of efficient microorganisms. You are activating the biological engine. We are introducing billions of invisible workers who will begin decomposing minerals and delivering them directly to hungry roots. Without active microorganisms, your bed is just a deposit of dead minerals. With them, it is a living, pulsating organism. Step 4. Dense hexagonal planting. Forget the spacing labels on industrial seed packets. They are calculated for the poor, compacted, and inefficient soils of agribusiness. In our high-performance bio-intensive soil, we reduce spacing by half, or even more. Plants must be positioned so that, when mature, their leaves touch in a perfect mosaic architecture. This creates integral green cover. The sun hits productive leaves, not useless soil. Water stays locked in the depths of the soil. It does not evaporate into the atmosphere. It is the definitive closure of the energy circuit. Step 5. Uninterrupted crop succession. The bed is never empty. As soon as you harvest a radish or a carrot, a new seedling of another species, already previously prepared in a seedling tray, must enter the hole immediately. We call this continuous production flow. Your soil is always working, always processing sunlight into real food, without pauses for the rest of inefficiency. To achieve the absurd quantity we spoke of, we need to use the third dimension of space, vertical height. In the small sovereign garden of 2026, the sky is the physical limit. We use the engineering of rustic trellises, bamboo arches and support nets. Tomatoes, cucumbers, green beans and small squashes do not lazily sprawl across the ground occupying precious space. They climb toward the light. By verticalizing these crops, we free the entire soil surface for ground-covering plants, bulbs and tubers. It is what the ancients called the Three Sisters Consortium, but refined with the technical rigor of the 21st century. Imagine the bed as a nutritional apartment building. In the deep subsoil, we have roots like carrots and beets. On the ground floor surface, dense leafy greens like lettuces and spinach, and on the upper floors, hanging fruits. This increases volumetric productivity by an impressive 300%. Furthermore, we apply the Biochemical Protection Consortium. We plant calendulas and marigolds to attract pollinators and repel soil nematodes. Basil alongside tomatoes to improve flavor through molecular exchanges and confuse flying pests. Garlic among the kale to act as a completely natural systemic fungicide. We are not merely planting subsistence food, we are weaving a complex network of mutual protection. One plant protects another. One root feeds the biology of its neighbor through mycorrhizal networks. It is the collective intelligence of the plant kingdom under your absolute technical command. Absurdly high production is not an isolated summer event. It is an unwavering annual constancy that defies the calendar. To keep your family fed throughout 12 months of the year, you must master the management of low-cost greenhouses, the so-called low protective tunnels. In the grip of winter, we cover the beds with arches of metal or wood and high-density thermal plastic. The thermal energy accumulated in the mass of the lateral stones and deep soil keeps the vegetables alive and producing even under the attack of external frosts. At the height of summer, we use selective shade netting to prevent heat stress on delicate leafy greens that love temperate climates. The small sovereign garden is an organism that knows no sleep of inactivity. The nutrient cycle is fed by its own composting system, which in turn is fed by harvest remnants and processed manure from the poultry in the animal protein production system we already discussed. It is the closed circuit of total survival. You harvest the plant. What is not consumed by man goes into accelerated composting. The compost returns enriched to the bed, and life begins again with greater vigor and mineral density. No expensive external inputs draining your capital. No supplier invoices coming due, only sunlight, harvested rainwater, and your sovereign technical knowledge applied to the land. By building this high-density garden in your backyard, you are doing much more than simply growing fresh and flavorful vegetables. You are reclaiming the sacred territory of your own physical and political existence. You are proving to the world that the so-called global food crisis is, in fact, a crisis of intelligent design, biological education, and individual autonomy. Every kilo of food harvested in your bio-intensive garden is a precise blow against the system that wishes to see you weak, sick, dependent on government aid, and held hostage by ultra-processed products of extremely low nutritional quality. Freedom is not an abstract concept from a pub philosophy debate. It has the real weight of a basket full of vegetables harvested from your own piece of ground. You now possess the technical formula of maximum productivity per square centimeter. Reduced space is no longer an insurmountable obstacle. It is a strategic advantage that allows total control and biological perfection of your food. Your soil is now a real health bank that pays interest at every meal you serve your family. But always remember this stern warning. The garden is the beating heart of your survival, but shelter is your outer armor. What good is harvesting food in abundance if your home is still vulnerable to the energetic, climatic, and financial storms approaching on the horizon of 2026? What good is total sovereignty on the plate if you still do not possess sovereignty over the air you breathe, the water you drink, and the warmth that protects your body during nights of crisis? In our next technical meeting, we will climb one more step in the construction of your personal fortress of autonomy. I will teach you the secrets of low-cost vernacular architecture, how to use the raw earth of your own land to build storage structures, workshops and shelter that are fireproof, earthquake-proof, and that maintain the perfect internal temperature without the need for electric air conditioning. We will learn to build freedom with what the soil generously offers us beneath our feet. The path to total autonomy demands scientific rigor, monk-like patience, and an unwavering will to be truly free. Keep your beds oxygenated, your seeds pure, and your sovereign spirit above any market price or external manipulation. Keep your manual dry on the workshop shelf, your tools always clean, sharp, and ready for work, and your mind free from the paralyzing illusions of mass consumption. Until the next chapter.